Well, hello. So we have today here the company car, and there's a little problem with it. The AC is not working. So I put the gauges on, and there was a little bit of pressure, but when the AC was starting, then it was not cooling anything, and we could see on the low pressure side that it was going into below zero, and the unit was switching off. So what we did, I tried to find problems with the existing pressure, just added a slight of refrigerant, maybe 50 grams, just to increase the pressure a little bit, because I don't have nitrogen at this time. And with that I tried with soapy water at the radiator, which doesn't look so good, both sides, also at some familiar joints where usually there are problems, but I couldn't find anything. So the next decision was to vacuum the system and charge it with refrigerant to see if this will cure the problem. So today maybe this is some kind of tools that are not really being used in car services, because they have those automated machines, but I will be doing it old style today, just with a wet vacuum pump, a scale and a little bit of oil and a pair of pressure gauges. So now we will leave the unit, leave the pump running, so it will pull vacuum in the refrigerant circuit. And after that I usually put a little bit of oil, because I don't really know what happened. Could be that the car was in some kind of workshop and they just opened the circuit and didn't fill it back. So I will be adding maybe 30-40 milliliters of oil just to be safe. It will not hurt the car. So yeah, that's about it. This is the vacuum pump, the scale, a pretty normal one. We have here the refrigerant and the oil. So the next step is to wait for the pump. I would usually leave it for about half an hour before charging it with refrigerant. So after that we will fill it with a little bit of oil and also the refrigerant, and we will start it to see if it's working. Okay, so the time has passed, and now we will close the valves. Also we have a valve here on the hose, and now we can stop the pump. Okay, so this is out of the way, and now we will try to suck up the oil into the system, and also trying not to get air in the system. So when this is in the oil, we will just open this valve. We can already see some oil going into the hose, and we will open the high side just a little bit. Yeah, and that's enough. This is already enough. we will prepare the refrigerant. Okay, we will put it on the scale. We will wipe this fitting and also mount it here on the refrigerant bottle. Yeah. This is okay. And now we are ready to fill the system. We will open the main valve from the bottle. This is it. You have to keep in mind that these bottles, which have only one valve, you have to test them to know which way is liquid and which way is gas. Now I know that this way liquid comes out of the bottle when I open the valves. If I would to put it upside down, then gas would come out. But this time we'll use liquid to charge it, because if you use gas, then we could have the problems that not enough refrigerant goes into the system. So we will just put the scale to 0, and it is stated here on the car that 525 grams of refrigerant should go, and we will open the high pressure valve first, so the oil gets pushed into the system. Okay, we will close it now. We will try also the low pressure. Okay, and there is no more refrigerant going in, so we will have to start the car and pull the rest of the refrigerant through the suction line. Okay, so we can see on the gauges. Let me just take the camera. We can see on the gauges that the AC has started, the high pressure is up to 10 bars, suction is 2 bars, so we still need to fill a few grams of refrigerant. So we have the scale here, and now we will open just very finely the suction valve, because there will be no problem, because once the liquid gets through here and it's very close, it will laminate and become a gas by the time it goes to the compressor, but very slowly. Or I could just flip the bottle, but then sometimes it takes too long. Okay, so 4 bars, that's okay. And we can see that the unit is taking slowly the required refrigerant. So 5.2, also 5.2 here, so we are okay. We will just fill a little bit extra. That's it. Yeah, it's perfectly fine now. And we will close the valve here on the main container. Close this valve, and now we can suck the remaining refrigerant into the system from the hoses. This will okay, now we have another value on the scale, but it's not important because we moved it, and that's why it's showing something else. And from the pressures we can see that this is working. Also we can feel that the suction line is cold. So another thing I like to do, I usually open the HP valve. And now this is not connected to the system. Some pressure does remain here, and we see that this line is closed, so we can leave the high pressure. Now all the pressure from the gauges comes to these hoses, and we can suck this refrigerant also up into the suction line. Yeah, and we can see now we have just a little bit above 2 bars. Okay, so that's okay. In this way we limit the refrigerant that gets lost, or we can just leave the valve closed and this will remain in the system. Okay, so let's see inside. We have the thermometer here, and it's showing 22 degrees. It's climbing, and we will just put this probe here in the ventilation. We should turn up a little bit. Yeah, I guess it's okay. And we can see the temperature is dropping. Really, it's really okay. Yes, so there you have it. It's working. I'm pretty sure if we would put it on recirculation, after a while it will drop even more. Yeah, it's kind of getting there. So it's about more than 13 degrees difference, and it's still going lower. Yeah, so anyway, you can see the system is working. So this is it, guys. I know maybe some professionals who watch this video will have something to comment, but yeah, this is the way I do it, and I don't like the automated machines. So until next time, stay safe and like and subscribe. Bye bye.